Do you ever get that late afternoon craving for something sweet? And if you're like me, your rational mind wants something healthy, but your taste bud has its own agenda. Well, I came up with a way to make them both happy with my chocolate chip cookie dough energy bites. I made them gluten-free with oat flour and almond flour. They're also anti-inflammatory, easily digestible, and naturally sweetened. I'm going to use my food processor, and I'm going to begin by adding 2/3 of a cup of almond flour. Then I'll add 2/3 of a cup of oat flour and 2/3 of a cup of almond butter. And I like to get the fresh ground almond butter from my local Winco. As our natural sweetener, I'll add 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. And for flavor, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And to add some additional nutrition and make them even more nutrient dense, I'm adding a tablespoon of chia seeds and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I'll put on the lid and mix this on high. That's perfect. So we've got kind of this large ball forming, but first I do want to go ahead and scrape around the edges just to make sure we don't have any liquid on the bottom. All right, that looks pretty well mixed. Now I'm going to pour in about 3 tablespoons of mini chocolate chips. And I'm putting these in at the end because I didn't want them to get chopped up any smaller. So once I pour these in, I'm just going to let it run for a couple seconds just to mix in those chocolate chips. That's a little easier than mixing them by hand. Now you can scoop these right out of your food processor, but I find it's a little bit easier to go ahead and transfer them to another bowl. I'll go ahead and scoop all this batter out. It might take a little elbow grease to get this out, or you can just go in and use your hands. That's a little bit easier. It smells so delicious. You get the almond butter, and a little bit of the vanilla. I can also smell the richness of the oats and the almond flour. Now looking at this, we have a few little clusters of chocolate chips, which we want to help spread around. Now to form our energy bites, you could use a small cookie scoop and then just make a heaping flat scoop. Press it into your hand and begin to roll. And there you have a delicious energy bite that is full of nutrition. But I find it's a little bit quicker to just go in with my hands and then pull out about a tablespoon of dough. And this is where you could get your kids to help you as well. Although I totally understand if you want to keep these as part of your secret mom stash that we don't have, right? So that's how easy it is to make these cookie dough bites that you could either store in the fridge for a few weeks or in your freezer for several months. And the next time you have that sweet craving, you can pull one of these out and know that you're eating something that is naturally sweetened and nutrient dense. Now for the best part. That is delicious. That is so satisfying and full of flavor. I love tasting the oats and the almonds together, and then the richness of the creamy almond butter. And then I get just a little bit of crunch from those chia seeds, and then I get that little kick of chocolate from the chocolate chips. That is firing on all cylinders. Now I will share these with my kids, but I will definitely be putting some away in my secret mom stash. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen today. And if you'd like to see the recipe card for this video, please go to my website, gentletummy.com. And when you make these energy bites, please comment below. I would love to hear how they turned out, and also if you made any modifications that made them even better. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. If you know someone else who you think would love to have a healthy recipe to satisfy their sweet cravings, please share this video with them. And I cannot wait to hang out with you again next time.